Good morning, students. Today we are going to revise history lesson 7th and lesson 8th. At first, we have taken lesson 7th, weavers, iron smelters, and factory owners. You know very well about Indian weavers and Indian smelters and their good quality of product which collapsed during the British rule colonial period. We are going to discuss about some type of textiles which were very popular at that time. Here, which were the clothes or textiles, the type of textile which were very popular in European country. They purchased the textile from our country. They were the clothes which had great demand in European market. They were muslin, calico, chintz, kosais, bandana, and jamdani. These clothes had great demand in European country. Then, what is jamdani? Jamdani is a fine muslin on which decorative motifs are woven on the loom, typically in grey and white, often mixture of cotton and gold thread was used. In Jamdani, cotton and gold thread was used. And then next is what is bandana? Bandana means it is the cloth which people tie on their head or on their neck. Bandana, the word bandana was made by brightly colored and printed scarf for the neck or the head. Then next is who were Agaria? Agaria were the specialist in smelting work. They have the knowledge of smelting of iron ore. They produce very good quality of iron. Agarian were craft person. They produce very good quality of iron in our country, in India. In our country, in South India and also in the part of Jharkhand, Bihar, in that area, the smelting work was done and they produce very good quality of iron by using the coal which was made by wood, and they produce the iron and steel in a mud pot, and they know how much temperature is required and how much the iron will become hard. They know very best technique of producing iron and steel, but during the time of colonial rule, our smelting factories collapsed. because the British government had banned in entering the forest. They passed many acts and they told that forests are reserved for them. In this way, there was no demand for the smelters, and also afterwards the Britishers started importing the iron and steel from the Britain, and they were too cheap, and Indian people started purchasing them. One story is given in a book about Urj iron steel, which was produced in our country in South India, but no one had taken care about the style, how that was made, and during the colonial period, that type of smelting also disappeared from our country. In our country, the cotton textile was of very fine quality, and there was a great demand in European country. It was so popular that the weavers of the European country, they were facing problem in selling their own goods, their own textile in European country. That is why they demanded from the European country's government to ban the India's cloth, India's textile on import. The traders, they wanted to they wanted to stop of importing the Indian textile in European country. That is why they demanded to the government, and also the government started Calico Act, by which they stopped purchasing the goods from the India, and also they started manufacturing the cotton textile in large quantity by using machine, and they export that all textiles mostly in India. They have seen India as a good market for them, and they started selling their textile in our country in India. And India's textile was collapsed because there was no demand in local market also, and in European countries market also. That's why our textile industry collapsed. India's textile company collapsed, and then only some clothes which were used by Indian, like sari, dhoti, these clothes were made in our country. Now we are going to discuss about the next lesson, civilizing the native, educating the nation. The English people, the British, they wanted to teach the Indian their own custom, their own type of education. They wanted to give Western education to the Indian people, that they want to change the Indians' customs, religions, and they want to teach their own religion and custom to Indian people, that the Indian people will work according to them, they will honestly work with the Britishers. They were thinking these are things that if we will teach our education, when the people of India come to know about the Western culture, Western study, then they will also follow him and they will become good worker under them. That is why they want to teach according to them, and they think that they are the most civilized people in the world. That is why they want to civilize the Asian countries people, and they started their own system of education. At first, the Orientalist people who know the Asian languages, they started their education system according to Indian. They Orientalists thought that the Indian people, they will study properly when they learn from their own culture, from their own book. That is why the two places are there. It will be Oriental institutions like Calcutta Madrasa and Banaras Sanskrit College. They were formed for educating the Indian people, but these two are known as a temple of darkness, because in our country the study was according to religion, imagination. It was not technical, and there was no critical appearance of the subject which was taught. Then the William Adam, he was Scottish missionary. He reported to the East India Company about the progress of education in vernacular schools. In that time, lakhs of schools were there, and in one school about 20 students were there, and the teaching was orally, and there was no any period or the time. It was not so systematic at that time. At the time of harvesting, there was a leave for the student. They do work on their field, and there was no fee for the students. The rich people, they give more fee to the teachers or gurus, and the poor, they provide little. This was the condition of education in our country. In 1854, the Court of Directors of East India Company in London sent an educational dispatch to the Governor General in India. Since the dispatch was issued by Charles Wood, it was called Wood Dispatch. In this, the method of teaching was described, how to teach the people and how much money they have to expend in the education. These all things were there, and they started educating Indian as the Western education system. But Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, they opposed such type of Western education. Mahatma Gandhi told that the Western education will destroy our culture destroy our occupation. And also Rabindranath Tagore told that students should be taught in natural environment. That is why he started Shanti Niketan. It was too far from the cities. In that area, they taught the natural on the basis of natural things, like the farming on small patch, growing of wheat or planting of rice was also taught in that education. In this way, practical knowledge on a natural basis was taught in Rabindranath Tagore's school Shanti Niketan. And also Mahatma Gandhi told that our Indian people should take care of practical knowledge that will help them to become independent, to earn money, or for any way of the life they will become independent. He want to teach the students about crafts and about the manufacturing activity.